So here's the problem. The studio space that I'm in used to be my garage. Now it's my nice, clean, pristine studio. The problem is spiders can get in still. And I have crippling arachnophobia. I can't handle the spooters. I just can't. And so every day I come into film is like, it's a test of my willpower because there are spooters. Like you can see the wall behind me kind of has like some alcoves cut into it. This spot right here is kind of pushed back. It's recessed just a touch. And those corners, man, spooters just love to just congregate in that corner and it terrifies me.
Oh, spiders! Spiders! Get them off me! Get them off me! Get them off me!
It's me!
Oh man, well, hello friends, how's it going? My name is Anthony. Some people call me Twan. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, singer, a songwriter, a mix engineer, and a glorified, what's the word I'm looking for? An arachnophobe. And I'm here to talk about my phobias live on Saturday night.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
That was an intro. That was a thing you can do. I don't know if it's usable, but it's a thing. The energy in this room is electric. Eleine of Justice to do the thing. Remember, if you want to get a suggestion into Eleine of Justice, just gotta comment in the comment section. It's that simple. We've got Eleine. I'm calling him Alien. Death Incarnate. Oh, that sounds like evil. No idea. Sorry. I ain't never heard of these lads and potentially lasses. It's a good intro, I know. It's just rife with upstanding commentary. And that's what everyone's here for, is to listen to me spew just undisputed facts and knowledge, unprecedented. This is the first video of the day for me. This is not a good start. Let's do this thing. So Alien Death Incarnate, I found one live at the Sweden Rock Festival a couple years ago, 2022. So let's see what we're in for.
Sweet blow! That was damn good! You guys are now part of the Eleine Legion!
Eleine.
Det var underbart!
Wundervoll.
Klappa händerna! Clap your hands, everybody! Here we go!
Das ist gut.
Tillsammans är vi starka!
Whoa. Okay.
Coming up now, guys. Are you ready?
Oh, she has the Britney Spears mic. I'm sure it makes it easy to do that. It's a great mix for a live festival. Clean stops. Cool vocal placement. Oh, that's groovy. This is sick. I'm curious, that pre-chorus was evil. I'm trying to figure out what chords that was.
This is awesome. All the way in the back. Beautiful. Up with your hands. Can you feel
This
it?
is really cool.
Together, we're strong. Together, we are Eleine.
That was cool. That was really cool. Boom. Is this like the finale song of their set? It kind of feels like it. Oh. Not done. There's more. We got the kiss, the epic rock ending. Yup. Sick. Wow, those guys are super tight live. That was crazy. There was like no mistakes on that. That was sweet. We got a couple things to talk about. Number one, we got us, I don't know if this is the way it is in the normal song, but we got us a Jazz Odyssey bridge. If you haven't heard that term before, it's basically just an elongated bridge where you kind of bring the crowd into it. Everybody who's been in a metal crowd, we all love it. I mean, it's the freaking coolest thing ever. Because the singer gets up and he's like, all right, I need help from all of you. And then you either clap or you have them sing or do whatever. Everybody loves that shit because it's just freaking awesome. And that's what happened here. This was interesting too because I feel like it was scripted, which is really smart. The guy who was basically being the front man was also the screamer. And so he was doing the chug, the scream, and then he was goading the crowd, and then he would chug, scream, and then goad the crowd. And it was like switching. I was like, man, that kind of must have taken some practice to get down and everything. And he ended it really cool. He was like, and together we are all Eleine, which was kind of sweet. Like that was pretty sick. Now the whole crowd kind of doing the with the, you know, when it crashed and everyone was clapping along. It was a very well put together extended bridge. Very nice. It had the desired effect. The stage attire was really cool. One thing that you get quite a bit with bands, and I'm not knocking anything because this is how it's been done for thousands of years and it will be continued to be done until the end of time. And that's fine. But one thing you get a lot are just like dudes in band shirts and black jeans up there just doing their thing. And that's fine, but you can elevate that kind of performance when you coordinate dress and do some kind of things. So the dudes had on like war paint and she was just freaking absolutely decked out in stuff. Like, I don't even know where to begin. It was like a golden thing. I don't know what it's called. And she had, I called it the Britney Spears mic, the no hands thing. So you're free to do the normal, like what you do when you shoot like music videos. When singers shoot music videos, we normally don't have the mics in our hands, and so what we have to learn how to do is do the hands, because your hands are not like up here holding a mic or something. You have to like do all this crap. And what was cool is she was able to do that on stage and not have to worry about a mic or anything, which was kind of cool. The other thing that I noticed too is that it was coordinated windmill headbanging, which was really cool. When they kind of panned to the shot from the back of the crowd and you saw all four of them up there spinning in unison, that was so cool. That is a thing in show business that we call shapes. And you basically, these are pre-choreographed moments where you and the band or most of the band or whoever kind of get together and you do some kind of synchronized thing. It could be very loose, it could be very tight, it could be very scripted, it could be just as general as we all congregate here and hang out. Doesn't really matter. That was clearly an intentional thing. They knew what they were doing because they were, number one, all going the same direction. They were all on the downbeat together. So you could tell it was rehearsed. What I mean by that was like there wasn't one guy who was, while everyone was spinning this way, he's spinning, you know, like this. Or even worse, everyone's spinning like this, and there's another guy who's like doing this. You know, they're like out of sync or anything. None of that happened. It was clean, and it was very on time. You could tell it was rehearsed, and I'm sure everybody appreciated that. When they kicked it off, everyone was like, oh, you know, it just brings people into it, you know? And it's obvious when you work on your stage show like that because you can feel it. You can feel the energy. You can feel the synergy in the band, and I 100% felt that. Like I said, right when the song ended, there was not a mistake made, like at all, which is indicative of just, number one, like world-class musicians, but number two, they're very well rehearsed and they knew exactly what was going on. The scary pre-chorus that I heard, okay, so the song is in B minor. It's, you know, real low. It was like down there, chug-a-lug. But what we got was, so in B, we had the 5 chord, which is an F sharp and F sharp minor. And then the evil chord that it went to was a C minor. So if you do not know, C minor does not belong in the key of B minor. Technically, C, the note C itself doesn't actually belong in B minor unless you go to B Phrygian. But even when you go to B Phrygian, it should be like a B minor to a C major, but it was a C minor. And so what we get from that is, I believe it's a scale in the melodic, or a mode in the melodic minor scale. If all this sounds like gibberish, that's okay. Doesn't matter. The point of it being, they were kind of doing some cool, either breaking a rule or using some really cool jazz theory and techniques to achieve more of an evil sound. So, like in the key of the B, it was this note. So you had like a B, and then you had the C. So in the bass, you had this like, which, you know, is the it's the Jaws thing. So in the bass, you had the B and the C, and you had the 5, and then the C, which was really, really cool. And then they kind of moved it. I think it went to a D and another chord. I didn't quite catch that, and I don't want to spend a ton of time looking for it, but they basically did the same kind of spooky chords, but they modulated them into a different set of keys. Really interesting. I love that shit. All that kind of stuff. That's what nerds me out, is when I hear interesting chords. I'm like, ooh, what is that? I want to learn it and then steal it for myself. And that's what we got here. So that was really, really cool. The other thing that I might mention while we're here, as long as we're kind of going for more evil, is what happens during the solo. He was doing a thing called harmonic minor. This seat is so uncomfortable to play guitar on because it sits too high. Normally, like when we're in B. So normally when you solo, you're doing stuff in natural minor, which is like, right, like that kind of thing. Oops, little myth there, but that's okay. But what he was doing, Mr. Guitar Man, was he was adding this note. So it gives you a harmonic minor because it's the major 7 over minor. So it gets a little evil. And it works really well for all kinds of stuff. And you can transition between. So you could do stuff in normal minor. And go back and forth, and it just sounds cool. And it can kind of sound evil, especially when you have a chord where that note does not belong. Like if you had like a B, and it went down to like the F sharp, over the F sharp, which, let's see if I can do this all together. So we have like a B, to an F sharp, and then you can resolve it. So you can do that kind of stuff and move the chords around underneath to either accentuate that harmonic minor or, you know, make it sound even more dissonant and more evil. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with that. And, you know, if I go any further, we're just gonna start getting to jazz theory and how you can use chordal modulations to just do all kinds of weird shit over the top of chords. But nobody cares about that. We're here to look at Eleine. So anyway, the point I was making with all of those observations was the songwriting was really good. It was done purposefully, and I quite appreciate that. Have we said enough? Does it make sense? I hope so. If not, take it up with management, which is the comment section. Cool, thanks everybody for sticking around to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense, and hope maybe you learned something or two. I don't know, I just kind of ramble until I run out of breath and get tired. If you like what I do, consider hitting the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I sing for 2 bands, play guitar in a third. All the info's in the description below. And on this channel, I do kind of one-man band cover songs where I play all the instruments and sing and do all the mixing and the mastering and the videoing here in this room, or I'll, you know, do some singing stuff or some guitar stuff. It's just me, so I can kind of do whatever I want. So if you want to be part of that journey, hit the subscribe button. And even if you don't hit the subscribe button, you're all getting treated the same by being told to get out.